Shadiversity.
Greetings, I'm Shad.
And greetings, I am Tyranth.
And Tyranth, we're doing it. We are going to be looking at some of the worst internet sword fails.
Yes. Now, if you guys like this series, I think you will. I think this will be a fun series.
This is going to be fun.
YouTube will hate this series. So,
like, we might have to blur some things out, but chances are it'll very likely get demonetized anyway.
Yeah.
And so, if you enjoy the series, feel free to support us. That's what it'll enable us to keep doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
And so this is channel memberships, Patreon player, Subscribe Star, the works. And I've already gotten like a sneak peek because I'm a sword enthusiast for years. And so I've seen some ouchy things with swords.
yeah.
But here's the thing. I have never had an ouchy thing with a sword. Have you, Tyranth?
No.
Yeah. Knock on wood.
I haven't gotten that many injuries just overall. Usually I get a lot of cuts and nicks on my hands because I'm working with swords and I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff. But I've never done anything stupid with a sword.
Well,
I mean,
yes, we do. But we're very careful to be safe, or as safe as we can. We chop trees down with swords, Ty.
I have done a lot of stupid things with swords, but in a safe way, in a responsible way.
Well, that's the thing. There's like stupid that you're being as safe as you can, and then there's really stupid where you're not paying attention to safety, you're swinging towards a body limb or something like that, and there's some clips that we'll show here where just the setup, you know this is going to end really badly. Yeah. So here's the thing, I've been a sword enthusiast my whole life, Tyranth has played with weapons and everything his whole life, and our channel reviews some very dangerous tools, okay? Yes. We are very familiar and competent and proficient with these items, so we always kind of caveat, don't try this at home. But that's kind of the experience that we're bringing in to reflect on this, and we'll have our commentary based on years upon years of handling real swords, sharp swords. You can check out our reviews here on Shadiversity, and also where we check out pop culture swords, and we're actively using these very sharp, dangerous weapons quite regularly, okay?
One of the things that people might not know is, like, when they watch us do one of these dangerous things, because we're having fun and we're doing this, they may think that we're not being professional about it. It's like, we're making a video for you guys, and we want you guys to have fun and enjoy these things, but we, at all times, are being professional and serious about these things. It's just for camera, obviously. We're like, hey, we're doing this fun thing, etc., etc.
But behind the camera, we're always figuring out where we're standing, who we're swinging, and staying outside of the line of I guess, attack if a failure happens, so nothing flies towards it. So we're always mindful of safety in that measure, as well as, just because of the experience, sometimes the things that we do might look easy, but that actually comes from a lot of practice and experience, and that's why I don't try it, because there are times where I give a sword, or I'm helping, giving someone some instruction, and they're holding it for the first time, and the proficiency level is huge.
Yes. So this should be fun. I think this will be fun for us. There's some gnarly stuff in here, I think.
Yeah.
But do you want to get into it?
Yeah, well, so some of this does show graphic injury, so we're going to have to blur out everything. I am like real life injury and violence in that sense. Doesn't, like, it's different from fake violence in a movie. I cringe more, so I wonder how well I'll go with this. And look, I know that we're copying Brandon Herrera's naming structures because we like his videos. This is out of respect to the Darwin Award series, and this is the sword equivalent. So like already, right?
We're starting off with two people who might have just purchased some swords off the internet, gone out in the backyard with their friend and swinging around. Like, I understand the inclination. I get it.
You do this with blunt swords or foam swords. When it comes to a sharp sword, you don't stuff around. You don't do the whole swinging around to look cool without having trained those movements beforehand, so you know exactly where the blade is going to be going.
Yeah. We can tell that they're first timers because they're using katanas. That's a joke.
Well, no, you know why you can tell? Like, it's the angle and control and precision of the movements. Yeah. See how loose his wrist is, and he flipped it up and stuff like that? These aren't trained, like, tight, precise movements where the blade is aligned or anything like that. These are just two kids goofing around.
What's even worse about something like this is these are most likely not even real swords. These are probably stainless steel, like sharpened pieces of stainless steel, which are Wallhanger swords, and they can break.
They can be more dangerous because of the break possibility.
And the thing that terrifies me the most about this is how they'd be attached to the handle. Because if they broke at the tang, because a lot of these swords have rat tail tangs.
What that means is the blade is affixed to the handle, okay, with a bit of metal that runs the entire length. That's called the tang. A rat tail tang is one that's really thin and is prone to breaking as a result.
And is very, very common on stainless steel Wallhanger swords, which is like most likely what people like this buy off eBay or Amazon or whatever it may be.
Yeah. And see what is right there. That it happened without him even paying attention to it.
And this is actually quite common when it comes to swords. They're so quick, so silent. It's not like a gun that explodes or anything like that. You may cut yourself like this and not even know. A first timer, dual wielding.
See, dual wielding, like it's not
hard for me.
Yeah. So dual wielding, in terms of keeping track of the blade and paying attention to safety where it comes from, is not twice as difficult. It's actually more than double difficulty than versus a singular sword, because your brain, unless you've already practiced, loses track of where those blades are so quick. Like let's just look at this again. It's so quick, right? And he moves, he spins around, and that was the movement right then where he cut himself.
So what he's done is he's swung one blade around while still holding the other blade in position, and his arm has flicked that blade.
Do you see where the blade is now? That's where the slice happens,
Makes
right
contact.
there. And then he's like, ooh. So they have a bit of a slow-mo thing. Yeah,
and like you, keep in mind, if we go back, he almost clips the back of his leg as well.
Yeah.
These are, even though they're like probably some Mall Ninja crap, they're still sharp pieces of steel, and when you swing them around, they can still cause a lot of damage.
Oh yeah, like if you want to stuff around and try and look cool, right? Do it with blunt trainers or foam. They could be LARP, they could be foam trainers, right? So those are the ones where you goof around and build that movement proficiency.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the first one, quick one. All right. This one.
I already know where we're heading.
This one. Okay.
So before we even get into this, the hand placement.
Hand placement. He's swinging towards his hand now.
Well, what's worse than that is this is kind of a pulling motion. And what he's doing is he is going to swing like this, and your entire body wants to kind of to bring it in like this. And when your hand is in the target zone,
like this should be common knowledge to never swing something towards, like axes, right? When you're chopping kindling and stuff like that. Sometimes I get really nervous when people are holding the blade and chopping down on their hand like that. Even worse if they're holding the wood underneath like that. TV show I really like called Alone.
Yep.
There was a woman on one of the seasons holding like that, and sure enough, missed straight on the hand. And it's like, don't chop towards yourself.
Yeah. I also would be careful when you're swinging anything sharp like this. Be careful of people around you. Even if they don't have a sense of danger, you should probably know, okay, if I'm going to swing back like this and there's people around, it looks like they're out of measure, but it doesn't matter.
See, one of the problems where she is standing is swinging in like this. If that slips or something breaks, that is going to fly towards her if it breaks too early or he slips too early.
And surprise, surprise, it looks like another Mall Ninja weapon, which is not a proper made weapon and can break.
All right, let's...
Good boy. Wait.
Please don't cut your hand.
See, already...
I think we have this sword. That's the one we tested.
I already noticed that he is nervous, which is kind of making his movement stiff, which is...
Let's go. I want it.
And there we go.
There we go.
Straight into the hand.
Oh, and they cut that recording quick. I don't know if he sliced a finger off then, or he just cut right into the hand.
Probably would have filleted his hand.
Filleted his hand. Oh.
First mistake is not being able to brace whatever your cutting medium is properly. Now, if I was in a jam like this and I just couldn't brace it, you know what I'd do? I would let it go and cut it quickly. That's what I'd personally do. But if this is your first time dealing with weapon, you're nervous, you got people around, maybe just brace the watermelon.
Yeah.
Put your hat underneath it or something. Just
put it in a bowl to make it stand upright on its own.
do not hold cutting mediums like this.
And look, if you're feeling if you're practicing everything like that, I'm not saying you could never just do a light thing, but he's coming in with a wide swing.
But I don't understand, even if you are practiced, what would be
why
your
would you do that?
reasoning to hold the medium like that?
I've been using swords my whole life, right? I would never do this.
I've never done that.
Yeah, that's just like, no.
Let's. I want to see what he actually took off. I want to see if he took off a digit.
Oh, it swung up. It swung up. Oh, so it hit the watermelon, swung up right into the palm of his hand, and then he slices it down his hand, and is like, "Ow, that hurt." And then that is cut right along there.
Well, that actually doesn't look like too bad of a cut, and I think that's because that's Mole Ninja trash.
Probably.
So what's
I think that is the Mole Ninja sword.
That's the one we have.
Well, hold on. No joke. I think it's this.
It's that one, yeah.
We've done a video recently putting Mole Ninja sword up against Mole Ninja. I'm not sure if it's out before or after this video. If it is out, check it out. It's a fun one because there's a reason why this might not have taken off his whole hand.
Yeah, and there's a little subtlety in this as well, which is edge alignment.
Yes.
If you've never used a sword before and you don't know how to cut, you may not know what your edge alignment is. His edge alignment took a 90-degree turn.
He just that shows like a loose wrist and hand, especially in a watermelon, which doesn't have a lot of structure. That he just allowed it to kick up like that in the swing. Because right there, like,
because it's not even as if the watermelon moves that much.
Yeah.
His edge alignment goes from this straight up into his
up into it.
Natural selection.
Well, dang it. All right, I don't know where this one's going, but I have a feeling...
I already know.
I have a feeling it's going to involve smashing that light.
It's a tale as old as time.
Straight Mitsurugi style.
He's quoting Rurouni Kenshin. But if you get a quote to do right, it's Heated Mitsurugi. And what are you going to do? Are you trying the Ryokuzen or the Amakaka no Ryu no Hiraneki?
Sorry, I just imagine that light every time this guy brings out his swords and just like, oh, not again.
Not again.
Not again.
So, he didn't hit the light.
Didn't hit the light.
So he's chopping... What is that? Like just a... Oh, it's a box.
Okay, a box, yep. Can we go slow?
Yep. So he's...
Because...
he's doing a draw, like, from the sheath draw cut. Like... you know...
Weak wrist. He lets the sword go.
Oh, he does. Oh,
wait.
Does that come out of the handle?
Oh, no.
He's let go of the whole thing. Yeah. It's like, do not try this unless you've practiced it a bit to know how to keep a good grip.
Don't cut indoors. I don't know.
Well, there's that as well.
I cannot think of a reason why you should be cutting inside like a bedroom or something. If you have like a huge garage or whatever, go for it. But a bedroom is...
He probably has an apartment without a backyard, because you'd think,
I get that, but I've seen people who cut on like the roofs of their apartment buildings and stuff. Like, you find a space, and this is probably America. You can go to a park or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't, it's just dangerous.
It really is.
Literally.
And the other thing is, again, he's clearly not done much practice with this to have such a loose handle on the sword.
On a box.
From a box as well. He smashes his window. I was like... All right, his reaction is gold. I love that. Oh my gosh.
We got another one. He's got the AK on the wall. Again, inside. All right.
I wonder what's going to happen this time,
Well, now we've got a light that's very low.
Oh, this is... Oh, that looks like such wall hanger stuff right there. That is...
So what's a wall hanger? It's a sword-like object, not a sword.
Yeah, the balance is off. It's overly heavy. That's like one of those dragon ones. I've seen that online somewhere where the crossguard is like dragon wings.
Sorry. The guy with the AK has the...
Ooh. Yep. just not paying attention to the length of that sword is coming around, and then right up behind him, smacks the light, smashes everywhere.
I mean, again, a sword is long. It's an extension of your body, and you need a lot of space to effectively wield these things. That should go without saying. I shouldn't need to say that.
But the thing is, like, just the mass in that thing, that's such a heavy piece of junk. And you can tell by the way he's having to leverage it around. And like, if he thinks that's what a sword is supposed to feel like, basing his understanding off that, compared to something that's real and balanced and beautiful like this, it's night and day. It's night and day. Yeah. So he's robbing himself of the true sword experience here. And now, yeah. The whole hand thing, I've always believed this is one of the dumbest things you could ever do. You've done it before, clearly.
I've done it before.
Yeah.
I could do it right now if you want. Not with a knife, I'll do it with like a pen or something.
A pen.
It's actually a lot easier than you think. I'm going to use the back of this, so this is completely safe. Just to show you.
It's not in shot.
I'm going to show you.
Do it. Bang, 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 sideways.
Well, let's see how he does it.
And he stabbed himself. Oh. So this one, what idiots, right? Just straight down. And look, you see him hit his hand right then. That's knocking the hand down in that slash.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling because they're using mold ninja stuff, the blades probably aren't super sharp, so they're lucky about that because that would lose your fingers if that was sharp enough.
The thought process, though. Like, hey, bro, I've just unboxed my Mold Ninja one. Hold this apple, and I'm gonna cut it out of your hand. I feel no sympathy for you. No sympathy for that. Like, at least with the other guy with the watermelon, I can kind of get like, oh yeah, this is safe, it's a big watermelon, and you're just not proficient. But a dude who cuts an apple out of another dude's hand.
So there's better videos of this one here. It's a guy on Infomercial selling a stainless steel sword, and is trying to show, because it's stainless steel, it's strong. Oh, yeah. It's all strong, and he hits the table, and it bounces, it breaks, bounces back, and stabs him.
And the nice thing about these practice...
It's a $50 piece of crap.
And this is back in like probably like the 90s or 2000s, back when swords were even worse.
This must be in the 90s, right? Oh,
he's doing a sword review.
I think that hits him like in the side of the head, but this is really old and pixelated.
Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt big time. A piece of that gin.
Sorry. Let's get some B-roll.
They're rolling. I wonder if this is live. And they just got to keep going. The show must go on.
All right. A piece of that tip just got me. Oh, right now.
They are live because someone else steps in to try and keeps it going. The classic.
I don't blame this guy. Like, this is where you're...
He knows nothing.
He knows nothing. They've given him a sword and they're going, sell this. And he's going, oh yeah, it's a sword.
It's strong. It's strong. Bang, snap.
Yeah.
Bounce back, hits him.
This is one of the rare cases where I'm like, this guy just doesn't know any better. It's his job to sell it. I'm sure the boss came out and was like, we're selling a katana today. It's not his fault.
Okay, have you not seen this one?
I have not seen this one.
This is... Oh my gosh. Okay, so they're drunk already. Wow. Like, do not handle weapons when you're drunk. Might be a good option. And so one guy thinks that, and I don't know, maybe he has some practice because he has structure in his stance a bit here.
Yeah, his grip doesn't look terrible.
And so maybe like he's had experience in the past and he thinks, like, I've done this before, I can do all that, but he's drunk and overconfident. And so he has one of his mates holding something in his mouth.
This looks like a pork chop or something.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is, right? Yeah, it's like a sausage.
Okay, all right. So the first thing is, like, I'm not saying I would ever do this or I'm encouraging anybody to do this. I'm just saying if I was in this situation, I happen to be in this situation, whatever I'm cutting, I'm not going to aim right here. I'm going to aim here.
if it's
So,
close to,
then I
yeah.
can kind of dial in my thing. That's if I was going to do it. Not that I'm doing something stupid like that, but as the moment I see someone go, right there, it's
aiming
like,
for the middle, but he also looks like he's aiming a bit low, honestly.
Yeah.
But also, when we cut our either tatami mats or pool noodles and everything, because we want to get as most cuts as possible, we usually aim high on them anyway.
because we're trying to get smaller. Yeah.
And so, he bang right on the nose, and you see
Do you
the
see it?
nose get cut and hang off on the side, like bang. And so, like, and I think it actually shows some of the injury later on, like the nose hanging.
Yeah, you can see it there hanging off.
It's hanging off. He gets most of his nose. Like, we're talking about 80% of his nose sliced off.
He gets the Tyrion treatment.
Look at that. It is hanging there.
We're probably going to have to blur
Yeah.
it.
Oh gosh. And how dumb do you have to be? And look, he's like, oh.
I'm sorry. You're in that crowd and you go, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. Even the dude's like, oh, I can't believe I missed. Like,
You're doing something so dumb.
yeah. Oh. Like, I think we can co-opt a bit of gun safety here.
Yeah.
Never swing a live blade at another person unless you're willing to
To injure or kill them.
Yes.
That's a great rule of thumb.
Like, when you see most people on the internet swinging blades at each other that are steel blades, they have no edge. These two here have edges. These are sharp. These are not blunt trainers. Blunt trainers, even in themselves, are still
Oh,
dangerous.
that could shatter someone's bone and everything.
Which is why you'll see people wearing full gear, even with blunt swords.
Yeah.
Then we have a different type of sword, which is, let's say, a stage combat sword, and they can be made out of steel as well, or aluminum, and they're usually used in movies and TV shows for the same sort of reason, to keep people safe, that sort of stuff. Do not swing sharpened pieces of steel at people. We are very squishy. We are very cuttable. There's a reason why swords have existed for most of human history, because they're really good at doing damage.
I wonder why that rule hasn't really caught on to be really strict. And I think it's because, like, guns are so lethal that if you accidentally pull that trigger,
It's so
high chance that it can
instant.
kill someone instantly, where this guy will survive,
He'll
but
survive.
it's a really bad injury. But I still think that should be a standard that's promoted. Never swing a live blade at a person unless you are prepared to, your intention is to injure or kill them.
Yeah.
Okay? Wow. Now, this is just like scratching the surface of what is available on the internet with sword fails. Let us know if you like this type of video. We can do more, but this
We know
was-
you guys might like it,
Yeah.
but YouTube is going to...
We'll see. We'll
hate
see,
this
right?
one.
So all the support helps, guys. And let us know in the comments if maybe there's some videos you'd like us to react to. If they're YouTube videos, you can drop the link in the comments.
Let us know down below. Thanks for watching, guys. This was an interesting one.
In the meantime, you can check out us rating swords. We do pop culture swords to see which one is most functional. You can check out the most recent one right there.